Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video, this time featuring the British Tech Tree Tank Destroyer Tier 8 Charioteer. Now the first replay I got to show you is on Arctic region. The colours are a little bit brighter, mainly because it's an old replay and it's when they had the different sort of colour schemes in. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I've got 3 replays to show you. Now, this tank, I'll be honest, I say this a lot and my mind changes all the time, but it's got to be up there, potentially. I think it is my favourite Tech Tree Tier 8 tank in the game, and I absolutely love the Charioteer. I'm not a big fan of tank destroyers, but I guess I don't see this as a tank destroyer. I know it is, I see it as a medium tank. That's probably how I play it, but it has everything really. It's got decent camo. It's got a fantastic gun with 490 alpha, decent reload, and then it has those beautiful Hesh pen of 480 and the 210 Pesh on the premium rounds. So it really just has everything, as well as having good mobility and a 10 degrees of gun depression. It's just a tank I get on with a lot. Now the first replay we got is on Arctic region Encounter Battle. We're platooned up with Swindle 321 and Big Rossi, and we're just trying to spot the initial cross at the moment and see if we can get a few punish shots in. We managed to get 2 in there and come out that unscathed, but I am just pulling back behind cover just while I'm just trying to lose my sixth sense so I don't get focused by that enemy fun police, because obviously it doesn't have the best armour. That would be unpleasant. But we're just trying to keep poking, looking for shots. We're trying to get one in the side of the E75, but he turns his turret just in time and wasn't able to get the pen on the E75. But we have, we have kept him detected, so you never know. I might get some assistance off my friendly. I think Swindle's in the Charioteer, and one of them, and Rossi's in the Iron Rain, I believe. So I might get assistance off of those, or I might be able to pick up some assistance off of the Fun Police. So we get a little bit of assistance there. Now I'm just sort of crashing into a wall at the moment because that's how I roll. And I'm just going to go back and try and look and see if I can get any more damage. There's a lot of this going around at the first, at the moment, because there's not a lot of places for me to go at the start until the battle sort of progresses a little bit. So I'm just looking to try and find shots where I can, but you see I am conscious that I'm going to get focused by the Fun Police because it is an easy place to get shot, if I'm honest. That's why I'm trying to lose my sixth sense in between shots. I'm going to go for the snapshot there on the enemy light tank. Unfortunately that is a feature of 6.0. The snapshots has hit so often, and we picked up a little bit of assistance to that spot as well. So we're now on 1500 damage, 700 assistance. It's been a great start to the game. We've not lost any damage, and I'm just trying to get these shots in. We've got an opportunity to shoot the stern target in the lower plate. We also spot the Italian heavy crossing as well. That puts us on 2000 damage. We tried to get one in this lower plate again, but that wasn't possible. But we're still undetected, so we're going to see. We might be able to pen the superstructure there if we're lucky, and we do. We pick up our first kill of the game, and then we just continue to looking for those shots. Because at the moment the shots are there. I'm not under any real pressure. The enemy team aren't going to cap us out in this encounter battle. You do well to get capped out on this, being where the cap actually is. So I'm not concerned about that. Where Rossi and Swindle are, they've got the other side kind of locked down, so I've got no real reason to move as long as I still have shots. I would want our heavy tanks to sort of engage in the B4 area, so then I can push up and try and get in the battle more, because I do get a bit agitated when I'm just sitting there, if I'm honest. But at the moment I can't really go across until we got rid of some of those guns. We get another shot into that light tank and then he gets shut down by our Conway, putting us onto just shy of 3000 damage and 1000 assistance. We're getting detected there, so we pop back down because something somewhere is looking at us. We're trying to work out where the enemy tank is, and I'm just going to have a little cheeky look just in case there was an enemy tank on the sniper ridge. We're going to have a little shot just in case, on the off chance where we get a cheeky free blind pen, but that doesn't quite work out. Now I'm looking at what's around, just trying to get all the info, remember where the tanks are. We've got the J Panther there. I'm kind of eyeing up moving up to the C4 ridge and then taking out that J Panther, but I've got to be a little bit careful just in case there's any gun watching. But I'm going to go for it, and what I will do is not go into the cap circle, because the second I go into the cap circle the enemy tanks are going to know exactly where there is a tank. So I don't want to alert anyone of my presence before I get into position. We get detected there by the fun police, but we're not getting targeted, so that leads us to believe that we can get a shot in, and we do get that shot in. If I was targeted there, I would have kept moving and not stopped to aim for that shot, but the fact that no one was looking at us, I felt I had time to get the shot in. Now we've put this J-Panther in an awkward situation. We're going to try and get a few shots in and take out this tank, which is potentially proxy spotting our friendly platoon mate in this sort of K sort of 5 area, and I'm looking to try and get the kill, but he's got this sort of rock shielding him at the moment. But like I say, he's in an awkward situation now, because if the J-Panther goes backwards, I'm going to kill him. If he goes forward, I'm going to kill him. So I've got him pinned at this location, but I want to just get rid of this tank. So I'm going to look to see if we get a shot. I'm hoping he's going to get spotted again. He does. I don't quite have the shot, but he reverses back, and boom, we get the kill, pitting us onto just shy of 4,000 damage. Now we're sort of, we're surrounding the remaining tanks, which seem to be on this position in front of us. We're driving up here just to proxy spot them, keep them all spotted, so I know I'm going to get the assistance from the fun police at this point, being the closest forward. But Jet 66 not looking at us, so we've got an opportunity to get one into the lower plate, putting us onto 4,000 damage. We then pick up a bit more assistance there. We unfortunately bounced that shot in the lower plate there with the Jet 66. But any tanks which are sort of poking up, I am picking up the assistance. We do manage to finish off the Progetto, and now we're full health. This game's won. I can eat a shot off of the E75, it's not a problem. I'm just going to push forward and try and get the damage we can. But that brings us an end to the first replay of the video. Let's just see how we get on before we move across to the second replay. We pick up 3 kills, 4,400 damage, 1,700 assistance. You get the ace tanker, we get the high caliber, and yeah, I think that's a 1, 2, 3 for the plebs. And let's just move on to the second replay. Okay, so here we are for the second replay on Vineyards. There is 1 enemy fun police, there is 2 enemy light tanks, but we are top tier. And from this particular spawn, from where we, from where we spawned, we're going to push across and see if we can get any crossing shots and play a little bit more like a tank destroyer. Like I say, we are top tier, so we're going to have good chance of using our camo. The enemy teams aren't going to have as much view range if they were if they're playing the tier 10 tanks. And straight away we've got this enemy wheelie, which doesn't actually have the best view range, so we are going to try and take him out, because it's just going to be a pest, if I'm honest, when he's around in that sort of area. We're hoping to try and get the kill, and we do manage to pick up that kill, so that's a nice kill, because you can tell by the way they were playing it was going to be an opportunity that light tank would eventually spot us by playing so aggressive. But thankfully we're able to take him out, picking up our first kill of the game, and now we're free to try and get the farm shots on the cross. We get 1 into the Dreadnought. Now to be honest, I don't really fire a lot of Hesh rounds in these videos, and a lot of these shots I could pen with a Hesh. I think it's just because even the APCR is still so good in this, it's still 390 alpha, and I just didn't want to risk getting the Hesh rounds absorbed. But it's weird, when I played the Dragon I actually fire a lot more to Hesh, but I think you just got the DPM with a quicker reload on this tank. But we get another shot there into the ISM. We are detected now, but the enemy tanks aren't, so our 6th sense, we're spotted, but the enemy tanks aren't looking at us. We haven't got the detection symbol, so we're free to get a few more shots in. We're trying to keep using this position. We've got lovely shots at all different angles here, which is great. As you see, we've got a nice shot into the ISU as well. But we do have to be a little bit careful, because it's quite a predictable bush we're in. The enemy team could just shoot a few blind shots in, and I do advise doing that if you're on the other team, because especially if you see a tree knocked down, there's a good chance you might get some free damage, especially when you're in a thing like a Charioteer which doesn't have a lot of armour. But that's not happening, so we're trying to use this position to our advantage, getting another shot into that ISU, putting us into 2,500 damage. And then we're going to see if we can get the shot into this 50 TP, which is across him. We want to punish this 50 TP while they cross. We're hoping we may just be able to squeeze a second shot in, but unfortunately we don't reload in time, so we just get into cover. But then we've got this Grenovage. We do actually absorb that shot through his spaced armor and his tracks, but not to worry. We're just having a look to see where the next target is. At the moment we're in a good location, because you keep getting shots available. I don't see any real pressure to move at the moment. I'm sort of defending the right hand side. We've got good presence all around, so like I say, no real need to move. But then we spotted this enemy Dragon light tank, which again has been a nuisance. His shot us there is going to kill our friendly artillery. and no one seems to be doing anything about it. So I'm just going to take that action into my own hands and actually just push and kill this light tank, because I don't want him just running around harassing our team, spotting our campers at the back so they're able to get shots in. I'm just going to go and take out this tank, and then I won't have to worry about it anymore. It's the last light tank remaining, and then we can just get on with our game once we're taking care of this tank. So we're just free aiming, looking to get the shot. We stop, make sure we aim this shot in, we get that in, and that's enough for him to get taken out by our friendly Dragon. And now I'm detected, and now this is obviously before the artillery update, and I'm pretty certain it's the artillery aiming in on me. So I'm trying to drive a little bit, you know, all over the place to try and avoid the shell, and I think the artillery shell did just come in there, so it was actually the artillery. But yeah, now it's still a fairly close game, 9-7. We have lost the other side of the map. I'm aware of that, so I'm just getting into position to try and, you know, if our Dragon spots them, I'll be able to get a few shots in and just defend our base, and then we can move on and deal with the rest of the damage. Like I say, it is 7-7, but we still got enough hit points. You know, we've still got 700 hit points. You know, we're only taking what, you know, one shot, maybe two shots off of that Dragon, and we've had a, you know, fairly decent game. So we're looking to see if we can get some shots in. We spotted this Charioteer 54, and from memory there's, yeah, the 50 TP as well, which we crossed earlier. They are on a one shot to us potentially. We get the shot in, but we do low roll, leave them on 8 hit points. But it's enough for our friendly Dragon to then take him out. And now this battle's looking at, it's still close, but we're sort of gaining a little bit more control of the map. Once I've taken out this Progetto, which I'm going over to now, we would sort of have the back of our base again, and you know, our base will be defended, our cap will be defended. Now we've got this Super Sherman in front of us. That's a tank we could be penning with the Hesh for more damage. So probably, you know, in theory I should swap, because, you know, right now I'm going to have a shot, which I would have penned with a Hesh, and it would have been more damage. But not to worry, we've got a shot onto the Scorpion G. Managed to finish off the Scorpion G. Now it's on a 5 versus 3. We're feeling pretty confident at this point. We've got all the control of the map. Enemy teams just stuck in their base. We get a shot in and we set them on fire. We get very fortunate, and yeah, we're farming a lot of damage here. It's on a one shot to us now, and that puts us under 4,700 damage and just shy of 800 assistance. There's one tank left. I believe it's a T-77 I spotted earlier. We can look to see if we can get a shot in. We get one into the track wheel. We don't track them in place, but we do pick up a shot of damage, and now we're trying to make sure we get this last shot in, and I suspect he's going to get taken out by our friendly Dragon, and he does, and that puts us on to 5,500 damage, 1,000 assistance. So we've had a good game, and there's only one tank remaining, and that is the enemy bum police, and everyone wants that prize. We haven't swapped to Hesh because, to be honest, we don't need it unless we really low roll, and I'm kind of expecting to get taken out before we actually get there, because we're a little bit left behind. But you've got to go just in case. You never know what's going to happen. The enemy friendly tanks might miss a shot, and that will allow us to get our shot in and pick up the kill. So we're going to go for it, and the closer we get, we're thinking, oh, maybe, are we going to get the shot? Are we going to get the shot? He eats one, but he's still alive. I'm thinking, oh, just maybe if I can just get over this ridge, but it's not looking likely. And we get closer and closer, and he then does get taken out by the Dreadnought. And that brings us an end to replay number 2. So let's just see how we got on. We got 3 kills, 5,500 damage, 1,078 assistance. Only the first class, but that's probably because we're really top tier. And that does bring us an end to that replay. One more to come, so I'll see you over there in a bit. So here we are for the final replay on Westfield. We are top tier. There is one enemy light tank, there is 2 enemy light tanks, 1 enemy fun police, and it is assault, and we are defending. So I'm going to go up to the ridge just from where I spawned. I'm close to it, and I'm going to see if I can get any early punish and any tanks crossing, and then just work out where the team is and just go from there. To be honest with you, we'll figure it out once we've got a little bit more information. So we're going to go to the cross. We can use our gun depression here and get a first shot in, hopefully. See what we spot, see what get caught out in the open. We're just looking to use our gun depression. We do spot a few tanks here, looking to see what the best shot is. We try and get one into the enemy light tank. Unfortunately, it was a slim shot and we don't get it in. Now we're going to relocate. I don't really want to poke there again because I expect that there is going to be some tanks looking at us. The enemy light tank comes out and we do manage to punish him, which is good, and he gets put onto 500 hit points. We do actually low roll the light tank, but at least we've got a shot of punishing, which is going to mean it's going to be harder for him to sort of full send and do crazy things later because he's going to have less hit points. I'm now going to get to this ridge, so go to a second location, see if we can get a different angle to spot enemy tanks and see what we can do. Because like I said, we are top tier, we've got some decent camouflage on us. Then we do spot a Persian and an ISM gets lit up. We try and get one into Persian. We do manage to pen that Persian, which is great. We're just backing up to see if we can get a shot into his turret, but it doesn't seem to be possible. A little bit of an awkward angle there. And now we're just going to try and push, just keep looking for angles basically. We're going to see if we can get one into this ISM. We do get a little bit trolled on this ISM, if I'm honest. We just bounced the first one there, which is a shame. We do manage to get the second shell in, but we get spotted and we eat one in return from, I'm guessing, that T-44. So yeah, that's, we've eaten the first shot. We have got over 1,000 damage of our own, so it's not been a too bad start. The ISM is my priority just because he's pushing forward. He's going to keep everyone lit. I just want to get rid of the ISM as quickly as I can. So we're looking for angles while the ISM is distracted and not paying attention to us. So we get to where we get, bounce a shot there. Okay, I'm not fully aiming the shot, but it was sort of full side on. We go for a shot into the side of the turret, and then again we're not fully aimed in, but then that does miss. So we probably could have already killed this ISM if both of these shots would have gone in. And then we go for another shot. Again, he just targeted this turret at the wrong angle and we missed. So we missed 3 shots. So you can imagine at this point I was a little bit frustrated, but it is what it is. That's RMG. Sometimes those things happen, but we do manage to pick up the kill in the end, and we finally get rid of the tank. Now we're looking to get a shot into the Pantera. We're going to see if we get a shot in. We do get one in. I then swap to Hesh because I think, I can pen this tank for Hesh and get a little bit more damage. We're going to go and see if we can get a shot in, and then unfortunately we don't pen, only hit him for 200, and that's quite often why I don't use a Hesh. I know I needed to aim a little bit higher, but then you've got to wait for that aim time to come in, so that's why I'm just going to stick with the APCR, and we're going to try and get another shot into him if we can, and we do just manage to get that in, and we actually rolled for 450 there, so we get a really decent roll. We do get a high roll in. And now we're going to look to see if we can finish him off, and we just pick up another kill, putting us under 2,700 damage. But we are, only got 400 hit points left, which is not ideal. Obviously, you are a tank destroyer, so you don't get a big hit point pool. Although I do play this tank as a medium regardless. There's certain situations where I play more of a TD, but I do find I play quite aggressively in this tank. And I think that's just why I like it. It is capable of doing that. You just have to be aware that you're not going to bounce any shots. But that's just what it is. We've got 3,500 damage. I'm looking to try and kill these 2 tanks in front of me as quickly as he possibly can, because what I want to do is push up to where the bridge is, because I know there'll be camping tanks on the other side of the bridge, and if I can spot them I'll be able to get some, farm some damage, farm some assistance. But I've got, I can't do that while this Persian and this T-44 are alive. That's why I'm trying to poke to, take them out as quick as we can. The T-44 does actually then get taken out, which allows us to start our ascend, pushing forward. We can take out the enemy fun police, for good measure. That's always good. Putting us under 4,000 damage, and now we're just going to aim this shot, see if we can kill the T-54 and T-44. We do, and this is where I want to push as quickly as I possibly can to where this bridge is, because I'm going to be able to use my camo in the bush. There is going to be tanks on the other side. There always is. You just got to look at the map. I say there always is a very good chance there's going to be some camping tanks. And there we go, we spotted the SU-101. It gets tracked in place, which allows us to get a shot in, putting us under 4,400 damage. And then we look to try and get a shot into this Progetto. We're aiming the shot in, and we actually killed the SU instead. So that Progetto just got the SU killed. Sorry SU, but thankfully we do pick up another kill. And I'm thinking at this stage the game's pretty much done. I'm just trying to get anything in I can now just to boost our damage. We get one into Charioteer 54. I'm kind of expecting him to get absolutely destroyed here, but he hasn't eaten a shot yet, so we're able to get a second one in. He then gets taken out by the ISM, and then we've got this G-Saw crossing. So I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to be able to get another shot in. We do get one in. He's getting shot. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to get the kill, but maybe I will. And we just squeeze that one in, and then we just got this icebreaker who's left on absolutely no damage, and he quickly gets taken out. But that brings us into the video, so let's just see how we did. And before we move on, we got 6 kills. We get that top gun, basically 6,000 damage, 200 assistance. We get the ace tank at a high caliber, and that brings us into the video. So as always, I always say this at every video, but it's because I mean it. Your support is amazing. Thank you so much, and as always, happy tanking.
Hadouken!